ഇപ്പോൾ ഗവർണർ മാധ്യമങ്ങളെ കാണുകയാണ് തത്സമയത്തിലേക്ക്.
Because suppose this happens somewhere else, people will not be so shocked. But in Kerala, which has 100% literacy, the best school education system in the country.
Sir, actually today the Chief Minister was defending by quoting the accreditation, NAC accreditation, and also the ranking among universities.
Good. Then what is the problem? If you are doing so well, then become Chancellor of the universities. What is the problem? Confrontation kahan hai? Where is the confrontation? Your confrontation will come when I say this is my authority and I won't allow you. No, I am not saying that. I am saying you take over and promote it further.
On the Kalari Sanskrit University, did you ask the search committee to give just one name? That was what the Chief Minister today said.
How can I do something which goes? I have written, please read my letter carefully. I am saying that after Kannur, in the Kalari University, in fact I asked this question to both these members of the selection committee. I said, you are saying that 7 applicants, 6 are not even fit to be considered. They are so poor in quality. I said, now look at it from the other angle. All 6 of them are professors of 10-year standing. What kind of professors our higher education system is producing? That after being professor for 10 years, they are not even worth considering to become VC. And you are giving only one name. It's not question of my opinion and CM's opinion and your opinion and his opinion. What the law says, UGC requirement is clear. The selection committee will have to give 3 names. And if they felt that out of these 7 people, only one is worth considering, others are not, then what they should have recommended to me was, please go for re-advertisement. We have not been able to attract applications of competent and worthy people. Instead of that, they recommended one name. To tie my hands, I have no choice of selection.
So that means you never said as an official that you should give.
I read my letter.
He told that you told a senior official, not minister, but you told a senior official that you accepted one name.
You're okay with that one name?
Okay, if he says so. I do not know who that senior official is, but I had expressed my concern when they came to meet me. Before officially submitting the report, they came to see me, and they said this. You know, whatever I say, even if for argument's sake I said it, that will be against the rules. So my saying so means that you violate all the rules. Do you have any duty to stand by the rules according to which you have to give your submissions? Your recommendation must be in accordance, that recommendation cannot be in accordance with my wish. That recommendation has to be in accordance with the rules of UGC. And they require 3 names. I have discussed to the extent where I said, as I told you just now, that it will be a very poor reflection on the Kerala's higher education when you say that out of the 7, only one is fit to be considered for the Vice Chancellorship. Is this the system of our higher education, that we are producing this kind of stuff?
So you are okay with the firstly you are okay with the reappointment of the Vice Chancellor?
I have not said okay. I have said I never asked for the opinion of AG. You brought AG opinion to pressurize me. I did something because I wanted to avoid conflict. I did something because I did not wish like last time they called me resident. What does resident mean? that India is not, I'm behaving in a manner as the resident who was appointed by the British government, he behaved. I did not want that to be repeated, and even now my decision when I say that I don't want to work as Chancellor, it is only to avoid conflict with my own. Tell me, where is the problem? I'm not asking for any power. I'm only asking you take over as Chancellor. What is the legal hurdle? Law does not allow it. Amend the law. I will sign, and assembly is not in session. You bring an ordinance, one-line ordinance, Chief Minister shall be Chancellor of all universities.
Will you sign
You have not read my letter. I have made the suggestion, I have said, I promise I will sign it immediately. Where is the conflict?
And
Eh?
in your letter, you are saying that you can continue with your political influences in the
Yeah,
university.
whatever,
You take over.
2 months.
What do you mean by this political influence?
Not influence. Whatever political objectives you want to, for which you want to use these institutes of higher learning, don't try to use me to attain those objectives. Do it yourself. This is what I have said.
Regarding the Kannur VC appointment, the CM said that you have appointed the.
By how many times you want to
No,
me
but
to
the
repeat
question
it?
is-
But you have some pressure on you. You are primarily you are okay with the appointment, but there may be some
Yeah,
kind of
that may be your opinion, and I can't repeating it again and again. I have already told you.
No,
CM said that.
I don't want to respond. I have already told you I don't want to respond to him through media.
no. After the appointment, you.
What after the appointment? What after? If you can't understand this basic thing, why they came with the AG recommendation, AG opinion? They wanted to pressurize me or not? You have any common sense or not?
No, CM is saying.
I have already told you again and again. I don't want to respond to CM through media. How many times you want me to repeat that? You are asking the same question again and again.
Same question, sir. The CM asked.
I have told you I don't want to respond to CM through you. I am head of the state.
He's making an allegation that you.
Okay,
some
if he is
pressure
making an
so
allegation.
reconsider your own decision. That's it.
Okay, if he is making an allegation, then you pass judgment against me.
No, I'm not.
I have already told you, my letter is there. You have not studied the letter. He's asking the same thing again. I have told you, I don't want to respond through media. I want to avoid conflict. You want to take me on the path of conflict.
No.
I'm not. You think you can elicit some other answer from me? Once I have told you, I have told you.
Because just to get a clarification, we don't ask, because not as an afterthought, you are sticking to the same position from the beginning.
My simple question is, in the matter of appointment of any Vice Chancellor, ever the opinion of the Advocate General was sought? Why in the case of Kannur, opinion of the Advocate General came? What does it show? And appointment has to be made by me. If at all opinion had to be taken, it was to be taken by me. My office will write to him, see to whom he has addressed his opinion. It means they were working overtime. When they came to me, they came armed with the opinion of the Advocate General to browbeat me into doing this. I am admitting, yes, I have done something wrong in succumbing to that pressure. But there was a reason why I accepted the pressure. I wanted to avoid that ugly scene where they called me resident. Despite explaining again and again, you are sticking to the same question. But what? Give me one justification why Advocate General's opinion, why they brought the Advocate General's opinion. It means they were trying to pressurize me. I'm admitting, yes, I succumb to that pressure, but no more. You take over the post of Chancellor and you do whatever you like to do with the universities. I can't keep replying to what CM has said. It means he's lying, you are saying he's lying. Don't try to put words in my, don't become over smart that I will say that he's lying. This is not the language which I use.
But basically you are running away from your responsibility.
Well, you have every right to come to that conclusion. You have every right to come to that conclusion. I stand by my decision.
But you are the head of the state.
Yes, I am head of the state and I am deeply concerned about the institutes of higher education. And I am seeing them going down the hill.
So you have to stop the order.
Yeah, but stop, I can act only within the normal parameters. I can't do this because I'm not any, what my basic duty is. My basic duty is not to run the university, but only to see that the administration is being conducted in accordance with the law and the rules. That is my constitutional duty. This is a duty which has been given to me by the Kerala Assembly. Now if the government of the day does not allow me to perform my duty as defined in the law, it means there should be conflict between them and me. I don't want to have conflict.
So there were some examples, governor rejected the proposal.
Really?
Governor rejected the proposal.
I am not saying that it is not there. It is there. But then Kerala, how many times I have said, they will go to the extent of describing me as resident.
Okay, that.
And they have a well-oiled machinery to indulge in campaign, obnoxious campaigns. I don't want to be victim of that campaign.
Just for clarification, any communication direct between you and...
I have already told you only once during this period since I on 6th I tried to speak to Chief Minister. For 48 hours there was no response.
Tried to, on 6th.
Listen carefully. I am not going to repeat it again and again. 6th, I tried to bring these things to his notice. For 48 hours there was no response. Then I wrote the letter on 8th. On 9th, on 8th evening itself, Chief Secretary and Finance Secretary came with the reply of the Chief Minister. Written reply, which I have not, neither they have released nor I have released. And after meeting the Chief Secretary and the Finance Secretary and giving my response to the letter, I was hoping that CM will contact me personally, either on phone or whatever mode he decides to adopt. There was no response for another. There was no response.
നിലപാടിൽ ഉറച്ച് ഗവർണർ തീരുമാനം പിൻവലിക്കാനുള്ള സാഹചര്യമില്ല. കണ്ണൂർ VC നിയമനത്തിൽ ഒപ്പിട്ടത് സമ്മർദ്ദം കാരണം.